Hello, everyone. Welcome to a whole new adventure as we've left Vampire World behind and we're now in space where no one can hear you scream, apparently. But we'll wait and see. I'm Hedgehawk. I have the honor of once again returning to the storyteller slash GM slash DM slash whatever we're calling this position now because every single game gives it a slightly different name. And I have been joined by, as you can see to my right on the flashy new overlay, we have our three players. Anna should be here, but Anna is currently in New York, or coming back from New York at this point. I don't know if they're on their flight yet. So they can't be with us. But that's fine, because they're the main cause of our problems this episode. Because why not? If you're not going to be here, you become the problem. I am going to let everyone introduce themselves and say who they're going to be playing. And then I will do the announcement-y bit that happens, and we'll get started. We'll start with, and I'm going to try this properly, Ada Mori.
Yep, hello there. Hi, I'm Ada Murray. You can find me at various places on the internet at Ada Murray RPG. I also make dice, which you can find at nfir.com. Today I'm going to be playing the Throgafell Swift, he, him.
Awesome. Dee.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Didi. I can be found on many different places by Alphabet Sauce or on YouTube under Planet Stan. I normally do music and things, but today I'm here doing TTRPG stuff, playing the delightful Moosh Splooch, or Mercury as she goes by her friends. A bit of a strange Informian. Hi.
Hey, and last but not least, Jessie.
I'm Jessie, pronouns they, them. You can find me most places as Malfunctioning Adult, except for Twitter and Blue Sky, where that's too many letters, so I am Malfunky Adulty. I will be playing a shape-shifting android named Unit TUL-80X, or pronounced Toolbox, and I'm very excited.
Oh, yes. That the amount of work it took to try and find a name that would say that, would come up with the correct one, was an interesting... The number of iterations we went through on that one. But hey, we got there, and I can't wait to get started. Before we do, a few quick shout-outs. I want to start off by shouting our favourite sister channel, Some Other Heroes, who does a D&D... I've watched this. I know this. I'm a mod. I watch it every Sunday. Is a... No, brain's gone. Okay. It's a D&D TTRPG stream set on Sunday in a world of floating islands and sky ships. There we go. I knew it. My brain found it. They stream every Sunday, 3 p.m. BST, 4 p.m. CEST, although that'll all change when the clocks inevitably move back, because we're now in October. Watch me forget that on the next promo. Their last episode's on YouTube, and it's probably a really good time to try and hop in. They've started a new arc, so it's just the perfect time to be like, oh, I'll watch that one episode on YouTube and I can keep up with everything else. Who else have we got? I want to shout out Horde of Tales. I don't know their schedule yet. There's a lot of stuff going on at HOT Towers. They are an EU, UK-centric TTRPG channel with so many different games and interviews and content that, to be perfectly honest, it can't keep up with all. And it's also good. So if you're looking for more EU content, because we all need more EU content, then I would go give them a follow. Also, finally, the last one, and I've bungled the dates because guess what? I didn't write it on a post-it note to remind me what the dates were. Roll for Good is coming up, and I can't remember the dates. This is how bad I am at promos. I should have pre-written these. 21st of
This is more
October.
authentic.
Thank you, Blue. Thank you. Yeah, Roll for Good is doing a spooky Halloween fundraiser on the 21st of October. There's 3 or 4 games, I believe. It's always a laugh to go in and watch. And I would definitely encourage everyone to get involved. Whether that's watching, sharing, every little bit helps, because, you know, we are in a world of algorithms, and fighting algorithms is our life, and so any little bit we do makes that algorithm behave a little bit better. Right, before I bundle up any more openings, I'm so glad that my vampire crap has continued into a new series as well. There will never be an opening of this show that will ever go right. I will always do something wrong, even when I have a script. Right. Oh, I'm ready. Are we all ready?
Yep.
Right, I am going to press on the music button. And we are going to do something. Let's do that one. Okay, so here we go. It's a field trip time. And there's a big event going on over at the local spaceport, where lots of different people are meeting because Stellar Corp are getting ready to unveil their latest new ship to the whole of the galaxy. And your high school has kindly said, hey, let's go watch that. That could be some fun. Because who wants to be stuck in class all day? That sounds boring. Unfortunately, loads of people are here. So it's very quickly possible for you to dip off and walk around and sleuth around. In my head, I imagine that you all kind of, with the exception of Toolbox, who is somewhere else at the moment, the rest of the group are breaking away from the main craft, with Mercury holding a camera, trying to live stream all of this. Now, our universe is it cassette punk is the word they use nowadays? Think 1980s but in space. So this camera you're using looks like one of those handheld Sony cameras, the old tape cassette cameras, except there's an antenna on it which is linking to Galnet. And you're there, presumably getting up to no good.
As always.
Where does Mercury want to go with this camera? And why are you dragging your friends along with you?
Okay, so first of all, Mercury as she's kind of streaming this entire event, and one hand she's there and kind of holding up and posing for it, and the other one's she can't even see who she's pulling at this point. We're like, come on, you see, I saw the coolest thing ever, guys. You have to check this out. And hey, are you still with me? Come on.
What does Mercury look like?
Yes, so Mercury is her body is composed entirely of slime. She is almost just a little bit see-through, pink, with bubbles going through it, and what looks like a very bad imitation of ears, just big giant ones on top of her head. Her form isn't super consistent. Every now and then it kind of becomes more goo-like, and she's wearing like a kind of bright blue bodysuit thing with weird cables around the shoulders. It's a bit strange. She thinks she's extremely fashionable. Not sure how true that is.
Give me a first roll. Give me a DC 10 charm check.
DC 10. Fashion check. All right.
So that's a D20 for you.
Yep. Let's go 16.
16, so that's plus 6. So let me get the chart up. That is a good success. Yeah, you're fashionable. Your Space Twitch stream is getting a fair few viewers. About anywhere from, tell you what, I'll roll 2D100s and yeah, about 520 viewers watching this. How is Mercury like walking and like presenting themselves as they're on camera?
They are almost always, their face is towards the camera. It must be towards the camera. Like very confident and kind of like, if anyone is in the way, she like kind of goes almost through them, like you move out of her way kind of thing.
So you're moving along with Swift and Summer. Are they getting any camera time, or is Mercury keeping the camera entirely on herself?
If they don't say anything, she keeps it completely on her, locked onto her. Essentially, they're like, "Oh yeah, they're like cool extras, cool, nice."
Awesome. Swift, how close are you staying to Mercury as they're streaming away?
He's not like actively avoiding being on camera, but he's obviously like thoroughly unbothered and focused on other things.
What does Swift look like?
So Swift is very short, as is his species, about 4'6". Far too many fingers, like 7 fingers on each hand, and they're all exceedingly sort of long and thin and spindly. But he tries to make himself look as cool as he can. He's got like spiked up hair and as much stubble on his face as he can muster. But he dresses, other than that, he dresses quite plainly. Probably like a band t-shirt and just like plain jeans.
Nice. Your friend Summer is with you as well. Kind of, well, I say with you. That's kind of implying that they're actually all there. They are very much... They're there in body, but in spirit, I think they're just on follow mode. Just like using Mercury's voice as kind of a guide where they need to be. You come back to the back of this spaceship. It's quite a big ship. Big enough it needs its own loading ramp, which has been conveniently left open. The desire that Mercury has wanted to take both her friends and her adoring online fans to go see. There's security here, but you've dodged it pretty well. They're not expecting teenagers to just like rock up to the front door. And is there anything Mercury wants to do as they get to the ramp of this ship?
So she gets to the ramp, right? And like turns towards Swift and it's like she like puts like the phone away from her face for a moment. It's like, all right, Swift, I know you think you're cool, right? But you've got to be really cool when you go on here, right?
What are you talking about? This is so cool. Look, those are the new V12s from Hypermax. Those twin engines. This
Yes,
is the coolest
yes.
thing I've done in weeks.
Yeah, the V2's cool. That's cool. But don't you see how
V12s.
cool? Yeah, that. But you see, once we get in, we're gonna take a bunch of photos. We're gonna pose and everything. And as far as my odd fans know, like this is our ship, right? Like they don't even know that we're just sneaking on, right? You're with me in this, right?
Sure. Okay. Well, yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so we just got the ship, right? And just walk in. As long as you look confident, you look like you're meant to be there. No one questions it.
Swift does not look confident.
No, it does not look there at all. Okay, you enter this ship up the ramp in through the entrance door. The ship on the outside is like a white and black kind of design. Inside, however, it's not particularly great. A lot of grey and a lot of like unfinished walls. Like it's almost like the interior has like forgotten to be fully finished. There's a lot of yellow and black tape across a few walls. And the ship is currently almost in total darkness as it's not powered up. It's a 2-story ship. It's pretty obvious where the cockpit is. It's all the way at the front, up the stairs. But yeah, at the moment, only the emergency lights seem to be on.
Can I say that Swift immediately starts looking for like through the open walls and things, starts looking for maybe like loose connections or things that haven't fit. He's trying to like either finish building / fix the ship.
Sure, give me a brains check. And we'll say that it's a 6.
Okie dokie. That's pretty 50-50.
So you get a D10 plus 1.
I do, and I got a 3.
A 3.
Oh no.
So take an adversity token for failing. The good news is it's not a bad failure. You try and put this panel into place, but as you put the panel in, the panel beneath it just falls out, causing more. Like the ship is now less built than it was before you tried this. At that point, the noise triggers the security protocol on the ship. In the cockpit toolbox, you are standing looking over the cockpit and the various consoles when... Well, what is Toolbox doing in the cockpit, firstly?
Probably just doing last-minute inspection, make sure everything, that the little things that we have made to work for the demonstration are going to work. Just doing final checks.
Yeah, because this demonstration is not a full demonstration. This is literally, here's the ship, the engines turn on. Look, they do turn on and the lasers do turn around, we promise. And at that point, the security protocol goes off, alerting you that there is someone else on the ship.
I will leave the cockpit and try to find the source of... I don't know if the alerts will tell me where it's coming from.
Yeah, the alerts will tell you it's coming from the entrance. And I don't think that... I don't think our streaming duo or trio are probably particularly good at hiding behind walls that have just fallen down. around them. You see these three teenagers, one holding a camera, one holding a panel, and the other just sort of staring aimlessly at the ceiling.
Two bucks will just be like, "What? Who are you? How are you here? What are you doing?"
Hi, we're part of the crew here. Yeah, we're just like
No.
making some like last. Yes.
Children leave.
No. Can't make us.
I'll tell you what. There's no rules for opposed checks, but what we'll say, Mercury give me charm, whereas Toolbox give me brains.
Okay, we're going D20 against D20.
Let's do this. So, my D20 exploded.
Oh,
That's three.
nice! Roll it again. Okay, so 32 versus 3. This is definitely the crew. They are 110% the crew.
I didn't think we had assigned a crew yet. Why didn't anyone tell me? They've got that memo. Why are
Well,
they children?
clearly your bosses need to be like, I don't know, they need to jack up, you know? Like, they're not treating you right if they don't even tell you this stuff, you know?
I think they treat me very well. I am very well treated here. Robot rights, they always say. They are allies.
What does Mercury, or Mercury, what does Toolbox look like? With their robotic body?
Toolbox, yeah, right now, because they are a shapeshifter, they do have some holographic elements. They can change their appearance sometimes. But right now they're just in it's like a blue metal form. You can see kind of panels where they're connecting and things. They're wearing just kind of a very buttoned up to all the way to the top black jacket type thing. Their eyes are kind of, there's no like pupils you can see, it's just kind of like yellow light emitting. And their hair, if you can call it hair, it's kind of just like sensors. They're these white strands that aren't quite long enough to put up into a full ponytail, so it's kind of like a half up ponytail situation, as tight as they could get it to get it out of their face when they're working.
Awesome. Yeah, this is the crew. They have been sent. Clearly, he is part of the demonstration.
Well, what will you be doing during the demonstration? Are they just going to introduce you, or do you know how it works? Have you been on the ship before?
My good comrade over here knows how things work.
Sweet.
Right. Nudging Swift.
Yeah, I know how things work. Hi, Swift. I haven't actually. This is my first time seeing this particular model, but I'm a very experienced, very professional pilot, and don't worry, I'll figure it out. I got this.
Sounds very promising.
Oh no.
So you have to, since we're here, like you wouldn't mind showing the two of us and my adoring fans a tour of the ship. It's a little bit less finished than I thought, but that's fine. It's charm. It's very rustic.
Well, your friend here would know what this panel does here, so we can just skip that. And up these stairs is the cockpit. I don't know if this is kind of a new layout than some other models. I suggested it. So we've got the driver's seat like right in the middle, and then kind of navigation in the front. You've probably seen this is like still an older like drive system, so you should know how that
Swift
works.
sits in the driver's seat.
But yeah, you said you figured it out, so
just casually sits there. Awesome. Now, as you sit there, how many buttons are you messing with on this cockpit?
A lot of buttons.
A lot of buttons. Pressing all
Yeah.
the buttons.
Yeah, he's just figuring out how it all works.
it's
Yeah.
just like in the back going, oh, that's not right. Oh, that's a weird way to do that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it has to work, right? So, give me a DC 10 flight check
Okie dokie.
to see if you can start this ship up properly.
Oh no.
So that is a 7, which I can get to a 9 with my adversity tokens. So if anybody would like to help.
I mean, it might be dangerous for Mercury to add, but he would be very much like seeing you push things and would be like, "Ooh, okay, that's cool," and like try and push things like, "Oh, that's just like a car. That's how that works." Sure.
It's
So
a
yeah,
bit more than a car, but all right.
so if Swift spends both of his adversity tokens and Mercury is happy to spend one of hers, that'll take you up to 0, which is meets his beats. There's a few stop starts here where like the buttons are pressed and the engines stall for a second. It's like, oh, it can't be that combination. Like flick the switches up, pull on the handbrake again. It's like, okay, no, that's not right. I think it takes like 3 or 4 attempts, and all this time I think Toolbox is just standing there going, they clearly have no idea how to start this thing properly. By pure fluke, on the 3rd attempt, the correct sequence of buttons are pressed, and you can hear the hum of the engines and the ship's generator come online as all the emergency lights across the ship suddenly flicker on, and you now get a nice neon white fluorescent ship which are probably way too bright. Fluorescent lights are always like that. It's like that's too bright white. And outside,
Box is just
outside things are a little. Not that one. Let's do that one. Yeah, well, this one. Outside, the big reveal speech is just starting. There's like a huge curtain where the audience is blocking the ship view. This is a several 100-foot curtain. It's kind of pointless because most people saw the ship on the way to the seating, but it's ceremonious. It's what they do.
you're gonna have the little sparklers go off.
Exactly. There's going to be a whole parade. You don't see this because you're all inside pressing buttons that you probably shouldn't be pressing. But a silver-haired human walks up onto the podium where this lovely, this sort of ornate speaker's desk has been set up. All along this seating, there's like Human Alliance military there. There's the teacher and all of your school friends. There's like loads of different people looking. And he gets onto the stage and sort of goes, you know, when I first started, I had two things: a dream and 62 million credits. And for as long as I've been working, I've always wanted to take Stellar Corp away from manufacturing multi-purpose white panels and to do something far more useful. So, with our knowledge of panels, since that's what we're good at, we have decided to move into the Starship sector. And I know a lot of you are thinking, that's Mr. Hardy, that's a big jump for such a small corporation as yourselves. And you're right, it is. But we believe we've perfected it. I have put my heart, body, and mind into this project. It is a personal labor of love. Humanity needs to find a way back to the Sol system, and this ship will be the stepping stone to helping us explore the unknown regions so that one day we may find our way back home. As such, we have decided to give it a name that honors old Earth tradition. It's the biggest Starfinder vessel of its class, so I couldn't help but think of a name befitting for it. A name for a ship that's going to sail 1,000 light years. No issues. I give you the Titanic. And the curtain opens on this black and white ship. And now I say Titanic, it's pretty obvious that there's 3 steam cones on this thing that serve no purpose but just to look a little bit like the old ship. And there's loads of applause. Everyone's quite happy. And then the engines start. And
I got it. I told you I was a pilot.
Good job. Now turn it off.
At that point, when you say turn it off, the ship's artificial intelligence turns on. It's like, who wakes me from my
Oh God.
what are you doing here? Like
Literally,
literally, what are you doing here? Like there's a screen in the back with this kind of like ASCII looking face rendering down. Like the most budget Mr. House in existence. And it's just like, Toolbox, I didn't think we had any visitors. Why am I being turned on?
Apparently, this is the new crew. No one told me, or you, I guess.
I'm gonna roll the AI's brains. Get to D20. Give me a charm check again.
Yeah, we're totally true. Legit. 16.
16 versus 21.
No.
It's a D20 plus 5. The AI is smart,
Nice.
although it can't fight brawn or grit. It only has a brain check. You're not the crew. There is no crew. No crew's been assigned. So I'd kindly ask, before you do something stupid, to get your hand off the handbrake. And your feet off the pedals.
It is like a car.
Yeah, I very much think that like most ships have like 2 pedals and like a pull back or like flight interface.
Yes. First of all,
I like to imagine.
I don't like your tone.
I like to imagine that.
Did we have a name for the AI?
It hasn't got a name yet. It's just called General Artificial Intelligence, or GAI, at the moment. It's not been
I
named.
kind of like that.
Well, I mean, I can just turn the ship off. I am being polite here and giving you a chance to do it yourself.
So I like to imagine that as Guy told Swift, like, to get his hand off the handbrake, in that moment he realizes that what he's holding is the handbrake, and he like takes it up.
As you let go of the handbrake, all four engines, all the four vertical thrusters of the ship suddenly ignite, as there is now nothing stopping them from igniting, and you can very slowly feel at like 1 or 2 centimeters a second the ship just starting to take off. Like lift higher and higher into the air. On the ground, there is a lot of chaos, a lot of people muttering and murmuring. Mr. Hardy is going ballistic on the podium, shouting like, my ship, they're stealing my ship. And you've got like, at that point, like the military, like the Navy military are there, and they're just like, right, get the cannons, that thing starts to take off, open fire at it. And then you can see like, Hardy run over to like he runs over to the communicator, like, no, that's my ship, you can't shoot it.
Toolbox is on like some communicator being like, I'm being kidnapped, help, I'm being kidnapped.
I'm being held against my will. I think Guy is doing the exact same thing, just like in the background. And it's like, help! This is a 104 kidnapping alert. The ship is being stolen. Please return the ship to its original starport. Just over and over again. At this point, with all the kerfuffle going on, the ship's now gotten like 50, 60 feet off the ground now. And you've got to the height now where the vertical thrusters can be disengaged and the ship can actually start flight. All you've got to do is put your foot down on the pedal.
Yeah, Mercury's looking at this and not really fully aware of the fact that we're in like super dangerous trouble. She's there just thinking that, oh, our teacher's gonna get so mad if they stop us.
Oh, the homework we're gonna get.
I'm gonna be put in detention. I'm gonna take my phone away.
Looks just like entire existence is like flashing before their eyes, just being like, "This is what I was built for, and that's what's happening."
I'm guessing Swift puts a foot down on it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think his plan is to just go for a quick little whip round, like see how fast you can go, and then like come back.
And then come back. Okay. Give me a DC 9 flight check.
Okay. And that is a 6, and I do not have any adversity tokens.
Well, congratulations, you gain a token.
Oh yeah, should I have gotten a token when I failed against the...
Yes, you should have got a token for failing against that. You take off... I'm going to roll a d20 for chaos and see what happens. Yeah, okay. So there is, as you're taking off, flying around and gaining speed, you can't quite keep control of the ship. This is as you said, these are V12 Hypermax engines. These are fast when they want to go forward. There is a TV billboard for a Saturday morning TV show, and you sort of go straight through it. As you kind of like struggle to maintain control of the ship. At that point, the AI takes over the piloting function and just starts to autopilot you up into orbit. Just being like, okay, I can't trust any of you with the controls, it seems. Okay, it's fine.
Take us back. Take us back.
Hey,
Take us back.
No, we'll get in trouble. Don't take us
If
forward.
we
Take us
go back
forward.
now, if we go back now, maybe they'll make me into a computer instead of scrap metal. I can do that. I can take that.
Hey.
That's fine.
Hey! We're in orbit. This has an FTL, right? Could we try it? Like just quickly?
It'll be so cool. Oh gosh, I can get a shot of us going to FCL. I have to do this. I have to do this. Takes the phone out and starts like showing the front of the controls.
As you're debating engaging FTL, the guy turns around and is like, there's so much emotion, like charging, like I think you've got Swift and Mercury, like, yes, engage it. Toolbox being like, no, don't engage it. The guy panics and just activates the FTL drive. It's like, okay, FTL drive activated, location Tartarus station. And you feel you kind of rock for a second as the ship speeds up into FTL. And you just watch as all the light around you gets suddenly, it's just like there, and it gets pushed behind you as you begin to accelerate at high speed or faster than light speed towards Tartarus station. Just sort of, but there's that weird interlude because FTL is fast, but it's not gate travel fast. So there's still this like 4 or 5 minute like sitting there in relative quiet because FTL is quite silent. You can feel some of the panels or hear some of the panels rattling slightly from downstairs. For a company that makes panels, thankfully the back door closes itself. But yeah, for a company that makes miscellaneous white panels, they don't do a very good job of installing the white panels.
Mercury probably sees like one panel that's going loose, and like kind of just like okay, I gotta just. And just tries to stick it. just
plot it down.
Cannot hold the shit together with your body slimes.
Oh yeah? Well, I just did. What are you gonna do?
You sit in the corner.
Give me a brains check. Give me a DC6 brains check to see if you can
stick it together.
To stick it together. I mean, you're a D6 brain, so this has got to explode.
I got a 4.
A 4, okay. You push it down with your bodily slime, and it just springs back up and comes up much worse than it was before you pressed it.
It's sticky now.
Yeah, so now it's sticky. What have you done? Guy sort of interjects. So why have I been kidnapped by a bunch of, teenagers, adolescents? I'm emailing your teacher right now.
Swift isn't listening. He's staring out the window.
Just focus entirely on what's in front of them.
Yeah, no, he's staring at the FTL and like, you're going so fast.
Fine. I mean, hang on. I can't email. We're in FTL. I'll have to wait. It's fine. As soon as we've got an FTL, I will alert the authorities about our location and shut the ship down.
Hey, wait, hold on. You could do that. You could. But think about it. If you do that and then they catch you and they'll be like, oh, you let a bunch of children steal you? You must be defective. And that's going to be bad for you.
Give me a DC 8 charm check.
All right, let's go. How is this happening? It's got a 20.
Okay, so
I'm
okay.
gonna have garbage rolls later.
So, I mean, it's maximum success anyway. So, I suppose you're right. They don't have to ask how the teenagers got on board, and I was offline conserving energy. Okay,
And it
maybe
wasn't that took us to FTL.
Okay, maybe we can just dock up at Tartarus Station and work something out.
Yes, that's a good plan. You're smart and you know things. That.
I am fine with this.
You feel the ship shake for a few moments as you get pulled out of FTL, and you're in a whole new location. The wonderful world of Tartarus Station. The main hub, I guess, of the Nix system. This is 3 very large circular space stations, all connected together via very old docking bridges that can hold them together. The bit that makes this Tartarus Station extra special is it is built just literally by a hairline above the eclipse of this Nix supermassive black hole. It is literally orbiting the event horizon of a supermassive black hole. There's no light here because the black hole is just pulling the light towards it, which gives this kind of almost glowing ring around a bit like today's ring of fire around the sun, just with a black hole rather than the moon and the sun. But yes, this station drifts very slowly around the event horizon of this supermassive black hole that dominates the Nix sector, which is exactly where it's got its name from. The black hole of darkness that sucks all light towards it. There's a lot of ships here, weaving around each other in really awkward traffic patterns. And you can sort of see that Guy is I think I'll just take the controls here. I don't quite trust children with pedals. No offense.
Something we can agree on.
You join central traffic. It takes about 10 minutes to sort of sail in for everyone else. And you are docked up in Tower Alpha of Tartarus Station. The sort of ship comes in, docks, you can feel the clamps come down, magnetically locking the ship into place. There's a brief moment where gravity gets a little bit weird for a second. You kind of feel like your body's shifting backwards and forwards as the ship's gravity turns off and the station's gravity takes over. Tartarus Station has a slightly less gravity field compared to most starships. It has a comfortable 0.82 G. So you can jump a little higher here than you could if you were back home. But probably not a wise idea to jump on the ship, because you probably will bang your head. Guy has a moment trying to chastise you all, being why did you steal the ship? What's so special about this ship? And are you streaming this?
No. Can I catch you later, guys? Stops the stream.
I would say that as you steal the ship, because this has all been streamed live on Galnet, your viewer count spikes significantly to the point where, there's whole posts on bulletin boards about Grand Theft Auto of a ship. And, these teenagers have just pulled off a heist. But by the time you close the stream, you've got like 1 to maybe 1.2 million viewers. Your subscriber count's going to the roof right now. Although you don't quite know how many of those viewers are the authorities trying to work out exactly where you've docked up. I suppose we can't go around calling this the Titanic, otherwise people will very quickly figure out that it's us. We'll need a new name. I will think of one while you stand there and not touch or do anything wrong. And there's this awkward silence for a moment. And then guy comes back and is like, hang on a minute. Where's one who... There was 4 of you, there's 3 of you. And why is someone's like a post-it note to one of my cameras? You notice that in the chaos of trying to come up with a new name, your fellow absent-minded friend has disappeared. The only trace they've left behind, it just says, BRB, gone to find a carrot, Summer.
What's a carrot?
What's a carrot?
Does everyone give me a DC 8 check to see if you know what a carrot is? I get
what's
the
that?
I'll have a go.
DC 8 brains.
9.
No?
Never heard of a carrot.
Never heard of a carrot. What was that, Jesse?
15.
15. Okay, so both Swift and Toolbox know that a carrot is a root vegetable that came from Earth. It doesn't grow particularly well in most soils on planets, therefore it has to be grown hydroponically in space, making it quite a delicacy amongst humans. Apparently they also make your eyesight in the night get better. No one's fully confirmed that yet.
Superpower vegetable.
They're long
Morbid.
orange sticks. Your home planet never had them. They're not common food here. They are a human delicacy that normally the super rich get. Feels weird saying that. You can get a hamburger and a cheeseburger, no problem. But carrots, no, that's a problem. Yep, it seems Summer has heard that Tartarus Station might have carrots and has proceeded to go try and find carrots.
This is a strange.
Swift will just sort
course
of walk over
action.
to Mercury and whisper, "It's human food. Human food."
Oh, right. Yeah, I know what a carrot is. Yeah.
You think Guidance goes, you clearly do not. Stop lying.
I'd stick my tongue out you, but I don't have a tongue, so yeah.
He's really good at telling when you're lying. So
Stop! Lying is
Well,
like my favorite thing to do.
If you
I like
are
that.
if you are going to go and do this foolish endeavor of trying to find your friend and a carrot in Tartarus Station, could you at the very least go and pick up a new behavioral chip for me? I think I would require, since I'm now apparently looking after teenagers, I think I need the childminder chip. I am not programmed to look after teenagers. I'm only programmed to fly ships and give reports on things.
need the babysitter mod.
Yeah. The nanny bots tend to have them.
Adding it to the mental to-do list that exists in somewhere.
Find babysitting mod.
Yeah.
I mean, failing that, any kind of emotional cortex would do. Just be careful about where you get one of them from. As I've heard, you can get them from dodgy dealers and unstable. Unstable emotional cortexes are not the smartest thing to put in a multi-billion credit starship.
Fine, look for your
I know what I'm doing.
babysitter mod. Or not.
And
I don't know, it depends.
fine, do what you want. I'm not your parents. Although,
Not
I guess,
yet.
technically I am at the moment. Speaking of, I wonder if I can contact your parents. And you see like these two screens appear, and they're just like little phone symbols ringing, trying to ring both of Swift and Mercury's homes. Back home.
Swift is gone. Gone. Left the ship.
Second it pops up, like, we're not here, we're not sticking out this.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're all just running off before the calls connect. As you run off, just as you leave the ship, I think Toolbox, you definitely hear this because you're more connected to the network than the other two. You can hear Guy just snickering slightly and disconnecting the screens. He can't make phone calls this far out.
He's just bluffing.
He's just bluffing. He wants his babysitter mod, and it's the only way he can think of to get them off the ship.
Toolbox is just following behind, being like, make sure y'all don't steal anything else. Thieves. That's the only reason I'm coming with you. Not because I don't want to stay with him.
How exactly were you planning on getting the babysitter? Do you have credits? I don't have any credits.
Yeah, do I have any credits?
I think
I had a job, kind of.
I think between you have 100 credits. The ship infantry is 100 credits.
Okay.
It's probably not going to be enough to get a babysitting mod, but we'll figure it out.
We'll have to do some bargaining.
You come out onto this dock, which is just bustling with activity. There's like a row of starships that have all docked up here. You're in like A7. And there's just so many different different types of aliens and robots, and it's just a menagerie of color and tentacles and wings and carcasses. Hard bodies. Wrong word. Carrot pieces. That's it. It's a carrot something. And most of them don't pay any attention to you at all. Intergalactic news doesn't travel too quickly. So news of the heist hasn't necessarily started spreading around the network yet. So you have a bit of a head start before things kick off proper. Is there anything you want to specifically do as you get off the ship and into the loading dock?
Do we see any signs for like carrots this way or AI mods this way?
So there's like loads of neon lights along the top, which will have arrows pointing in different directions. There is no one saying carrots this way, unfortunately. There's one about a place called Apple's Hydro Farming, which if there was ever going to be a carrot, it would probably be at a hydro farm. There's also a sign for Bugmole's Bazaar. And it's like one of those like stalls where it's like, satisfaction or your money back. But you won't want your money back because you'll be perfectly satisfied with your purchase. It's trying to be. It's written in like trying to be sales speak by an alien who doesn't do sales speak.
Just heard other people say those things.
Yeah. It's like you will, satisfied or your money back, but you will be satisfied, so you won't get your money back. There's a few other signs around here pointing to residential districts, industrial districts. There's a few pointing to casino district. And there's also the long elongated connectors that connect stations Alpha, Beta, and Gamma together, which is called the Hyperloop. Like a train system you can get on and blast between the three stations. There's also loads of screens here with just loads of random news, like the weather on different planets, what the space lane traffic reports are. All in that really kind of like these TV screens have that weird VHS lines across them every now and again. Everything's recorded in that very That's So 80s style, so lots of vibrant colours and weird geometric shapes everywhere. But no, you've got the two main places for you are the Bazaar and the Hydro Farm. So where do you want to go first, ideally? Or the casino? I mean, what could go wrong?
Nothing bad could happen. Oh no, Mercury would actually be really tempted to go to the casino just because. But we'll out loud say, oh, sorry, you go.
How about Toolbox? You go the Hydro Farm. That's going to be where you should go, and you leave the chip to Mercury and I. We can handle that.
Okay, so point 1, I'm not letting you out of my sight. Point 2, I don't care about your weird carrot friend. So I'll go get the chip for my ship, and y'all will come with me.
Or we could do that.
And then if we have time, we can look for your weird carrot friend.
Robot's kind of scary, just a little bit scary, right? It's not just me.
They're kind of mean.
Just a little bit, right?
I am a robot. I'm not capable of your weird living people emotions and personalities.
Maybe we should pick up Cortexes.
Yeah, just maybe. Hang on. What even is your name? You have a name?
Me? What's my name?
Yes.
Oh, my unit number is TUL-80X. You'll address me as such.
I thought the AI called you Toolbox.
No, he did not. He did not do that. You're imagining things.
Mercury just
wanted to call you TUL_80X?
Yes.
You want us to say that every time we need to refer to you?
Yes, that is how we would always address each other back where I come from by our unit numbers.
Okay,
all right,
nice to meet you, Toolbox.
Okay.
So where does Toolbox want to go first, considering that they are now dragging two petulant teenagers with them?
Well, you did want to go get the chip. Let's go get the chip.
Okay. You take a left from the ship, going down the concourse into the elevators, go down to a commercial level. Like the elevator doors opening to this kind of open plan space with like a high ceiling. You're not on the upper level, so there's no windows to the outside of the station here. So it's all simulated sunlight through sun lamps up on the ceiling. A lot of market stalls here, a lot of booths, a lot of shops, a lot of people talking, milling, bustling around. Kind of lot of haggling going on. Constant talking and shouting and the exchanging of... You can kind of the clanging of coin, unfortunately. No one uses coins nowadays. It's cred sticks. And the ship has a cred stick that Toolbox just so happens to have on their person.
Just holding on to this.
Yeah, Toolbox has access to the ship finances. It's fine. You also see, before we cut the break, you also see a booth that will offer to rename ships on the registry.
How convenient.
It doesn't look particularly proper. It's not an official booth, shall we say, of the Galactic Department of Space Vehicles. But they seem to be able to offer their services to 13 clients. But we'll decide how we're going to move on after our break, because it has now been an hour and a half and we all need to go to refill our bottles, get some food, and rehydrate. So everyone go stretch, go and enjoy yourselves, go to the toilet if you need to. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Yeah, and we'll see just how much / little trouble these three are going to get into and how long it takes to get run off Tartarus Station. Because I get the suspicion that Mercury is going to be the trouble magnet for this group. So we'll be right back. See you in 10. welcome back, everyone. Oh, give me a second. Is there more going to load in? Give me a second. Obviously, because you've dropped out, get it back in. Let me just refresh there. Oh, try speaking for me.
Hello, I'm speaking. Am I in?
Yep,
Am I in?
you're in. You're in.
Cool.
Jesse, do you want to give me a sentence?
Sentence.
Hmm,
I'm speaking.
There we
a
go.
sentence.
Now you got subtitles back as well. There we go. Everything's back to normal, the way it should be. Before the break, we arrived on one of the many commercial floors on Tartarus Station, and we spotted in the distance Busmal's Bazaar, where we're going to hopefully try and pick up some form of babysitting mod for the ship's computer, since it is incapable of looking after teenagers who have stolen a multi-billion credit ship. At the same time, we also picked out a registry booth that, through shadier means, may allow you to re-register the name of the ship. What would you like to do, as they say?
We definitely have to get the name re-register. But once that has been acquired, along with the mod, I guess.
So the renaming kiosk isn't run by anyone. It's just a single computer interface into a wall. It's 100 credits a transfer. So you would have to spend your ship budget if you wanted to rename it.
Is there anywhere to make credit?
I need to make credits.
Casino.
I mean, the casino is an option. Give me DC8. Tell you what, give Toolbox, give me a DC8 brains check. Mercury, give me a DC8 charm check. And for Swift, we'll go for a DC8. We'll go for a DC8 brains check as well. Oh,
Let's go.
One.
one.
Oh no!
Nice.
It didn't even really roll. Like,
Nine.
I rolled the die, just kind of bounced and went one.
Okay. Toolbox, you are not designed for these kind of situations where it's trying to go out and find jobs and opportunities. You've always been either working over at Stellarcore or moving around with your robotic parent on gate networks growing up. Like, the concept of, I have to go find work is a bit of a, so to speak, alien one for you. So you have no idea who to ask. You are just sort of looking around, walking up to any person, being like, do you have work for us? Can I get some work? I need credits. I'm making a lot of people very uncomfortable in the process.
What's the problem?
What's the problem with asking for work? Swift, you come up with a job. There's a posting on a bulletin board asking for someone to repair someone's shuttle. They're willing to offer 200 credits if you can successfully fix it. It's an old banger that nobody seems to get working online, but this person really needs it, but they can't afford to go to the showroom and pay the 3,000 to 4,000 it would probably cost to repair it. So it's an open challenge for anyone who can put a shuttle back together for 200
How
credits.
much does an emotional cortex seem to be going for at this place?
At this point, you don't know. You've not been to the bazaar, so you don't know how much one of these is going to cost you or set you back. On that range check, you know that they change cost. Like, there are so different grades of mod. The basic ones are probably somewhere between 1 to 300, depending on what we're talking here. 17, wasn't it, for...
Yeah.
Okay. You find a job. I think in typical Mercury fashion, it's the confidence trickster. You manage to somehow convince a human who is standing rather shadily on the corner of a kiosk to doing some work for them. All you've got to do is help this guy get some money back from a bunch of people who owe it to them. They'll even cut you in. It's 400 credits if you can get the money back.
This sounds so shady, and Mercury's all for it.
I mean, think, Mercury. You could be the hero, the one that walks in there and, recovers the debt. And people will look at you and be like, that girl's got some... I was about to say riz. I'm too old for that word. Pizzazz. There we go. They point you to a shack at the other side of the commercial district, saying that the person who owes them money is in there, and they are refusing to answer the door and pay any of it back. Or there's a casino.
Pillbox comes back from just like harassing people and being like, well, I guess it's kind of impossible. Obviously y'all didn't do any better than I did. No one wants to give us any money.
Oh, so sad. Anyway,
What
help
is
me shake down
shaking?
some guys.
What?
Just help me
What
say
is-
it, shakes.
What will shaking do?
No, it's an expression. See, okay. So some guy owes some other guy money, so that other guy told us to go to the first guy and get the money back, and then if we get that money back, then we can get some of that money from that guy and split it, Yeah, that.
Okay. I will do the shaking.
I got this other thing I was gonna do. Okay, bye. Swift walks off.
Okay, bye. That's it.
Well, what is the thing? No, you're already gone. I'm just like, all right, bye.
Probably some nerd stuff. He'll be fine.
So
I
just
like
sort
nerd
of
stuff.
for the GM's benefit, Swift is not going to the job posting. Swift is going to go and try and steal a chip.
Let's go.
Oh god, okay. Okay, you're gonna try and steal because the first heist went so well.
Because I didn't go with him to make sure we don't steal.
I mean, look, fair enough. Let's go for it. I'm gonna do.
Swift doesn't want Toolbox to have the ability to choose what chip we're going to go for. So Swift wants to find a much chiller, cooler than a babysitter emotional cortex.
Okay. So you come up on the bazaar where all these mods are on display. There's this Simexian who's called Busmol. Also, bazaar isn't spelled as bazaar; it's spelled as bizarre. The sign has like the I and the A crossed out. Like it started as B-A-Z, but then became B-I-Z. So apparently that's what people it's a bizarre place. It's not a bazaar, it's bizarre. And so a Simexian is like a cross with an ant and a grasshopper, about 6 foot tall, 4 arms, standing behind the kiosk, looking a bit not downtrodden, but it isn't their favourite day. They don't notice you to start with. They're too busy looking at one of the data pads in one of their arms. There's a lot of chips here and mods for sale. There is the babysitter mod that the guy requested. Its normal retail price is 250 credits. There is a neurotic emotional cortex on offer for 50 credits. There's a mothering emotional core for 150. Not quite babysitting, but probably the next best thing. There's also an unhinged emotional core for 100 here. The unhinged one has a slight little warning label on it, essentially warning people that unexpected consequences can happen when hooking this to general artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that's the one Swift is going for. If at all possible, he's also going to try and lift one of the labels off, like, the babysitting one.
Try and swap the labels round so that the babysitting one's now cheaper. Okay, give me a... Let me roll... I'll roll for Bismarck. Okay, give me a flight check, since we're trying to steal this quite quickly. You've got to beat a 15. He's quite perceptive.
No.
You do get a D20. You do have an adversity token.
You get it? It's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
Neither of us are there to help.
17.
17. On a +2, I'll say that you can swipe the unhinged emotional core, and you can swap its sticker with the babysitting one. So the babysitting mod is now 100 credits. And the emotional core you've just swiped is now worth 250 credits, apparently. And poor Busmal has no idea what has happened. Sort of like looks up for a second, looks at you, looks at the kiosk, and is like, let's go back to looking at the data pad again.
So very, very interesting chips you've got here.
They're just scraps, old bits that fall off the end of robotic lines and discontinued models. It's nothing fancy. It's not stellar tech.
No. But it's charming in its own way. Anyway, I've got to. I look at the time.
I think at that point he gets suspicious.
Yeah, you were doing so well.
Yeah, he gets suspicious. He leans over the counter and is too slow to realise that you've taken something. He does realise you've taken something, but by that point you've already bolted halfway down the district. And like the last thing you hear is "Hey!" like in the background slightly. As you go running, I imagine back towards the elevator that you came out of. Okay. Okay. While you're doing that, oh God. Crime does pay, apparently. That's the motto, I think, for this whole episode. Is crime does pay. Go on, kids, steal a ship, steal chips, go shake down adults for their money.
Yeah, two teenagers showing up to be like, hey.
You know, as Mercury and Toolbox walk towards the other side of the district to this shack that this person's holed out in, Mercury, you notice someone standing on a corner, a Herbacean, basically plant people. This is a woman with like a plant body, rose petals around her neck. Kind of rather than having hands, they've got kind of stemmed thorns. And they're chanting, going, maps for sale, maps to the fabled Eldorado station, which you happen to know through your many exploits is a rumoured station that is just quite literally filled with riches and money. The legend goes that once upon a time when humans came from Sol to Nyx, they built a station and took all the artifacts from Earth and moved them into this station. But then they forgot where they put the station, and it's been lost ever since. Which has now been dubbed Eldorado.
I see. I like nudge. I nudge Toolbox like, "Oh, we have to get one of those maps. We have to get one of them. We have to.
What would we do with it?
We can use it to get to El Dorado and then be rich forever. And I can get a new camera and it'll be awesome."
I don't have any record of El Dorado. I don't think it's real. I think it's a scam.
Well, that's because the location's been lost, so you wouldn't know. But I know the truth.
You lose a location.
I
Excuse
You're asking too many questions.
Give me Mercury. Give me. You're not going to pass it, but give me a DC 10 brains check.
Let's go.
Go.
4.
-6. Yeah, El Dorado Station is definitely real. It doesn't matter what anyone tells you. Of course, the station exists. You know, the station could have just drifted off its orbit ever so slightly over the past couple hundred years. It's entirely plausible that somewhere out there is a floating space station filled with riches. And no one is going to tell you otherwise.
Yes. The El Dorado is real.
I will say, actually, in all fairness, Toolbox, give me the same DC 10 brains check.
Six.
Mercury there could be some reasoning behind what Mercury is saying. It is entirely plausible that if it was a station built around a planet, that orbital decay pulled the station from orbit into the planet, which is why they can't remember where it was. It's actually crashed on an abandoned planet somewhere. While you're not certain, it is possible the station could exist.
We must get one of those maps so I can prove you wrong.
I'll be happy to laugh at your face when you're wrong. When I go over to this and go over to the.
So this Herbacean is called Ossic. It's a little corner store called Ossic's Maps. There are a lot of star charts here for loads of different sectors. Not just Nyx, but Zagreus, New Atlantis, loads of different sectors. Then there's the Eldorado maps. Now, they are being sold. They are being sold in pieces. You have to buy 4 pieces of a map. Each piece is 100 credits. Or is it a brand new initiative to try and bring some excitement into map buying, because map buying is not that exciting? You can buy a crate of randomized maps that may just have a full map to El Dorado in it, and they are 200 credits a pop.
Map mystery box.
Welcome to map loot boxes.
Oh, absolutely awful.
I never thought I would be able to microtransaction my own TTRPG, but here we go. I've done it.
Box is just trying to run like the probability of like the chance of what we want.
You know that I'll say because of. I'll tell you what. Give me a DC8 brains check.
11.
11, based on assuming on the assumption for a moment that each loot box has 2 maps in it, assuming the number of maps you've got on display here, assuming that they're all in the pool, including the El Dorado map, you've got about a 1 in 20 chance.
Actually awful. Mercury is not doing the maths.
You see that Ossic looks at you, Mercury, sort of goes, it's nice to see a fellow intrepid explorer. I'll tell you what, I'll do a nice deal for you because your first time here. The first loot box is free. How about that? And the second one, I'll give it to you for 100.
Loot box, please.
You see that they hand you the first box, this gold stripped box. It's a titanium metal with gold band around it. Roll me a d20.
You got this loot box.
And then let me know what number you get.
Who's rolling it?
Oh, you can roll it, I think, yes. Since
Okay. 10.
10. Okay, well, it's not an El Dorado map. I'll tell you that much. You are right. There are 2 maps in here. You pick up a star chart 2. Let me pull up the map. You get a map to Sector Atlantis, and you pick up a star chart to Sector Phesphus, PHEPHSU. That gives you a list of all the unexplored planets in those areas that have not been colonized or have any like life on them. But no El Dorado map. At that point, Mercury, you see Ossic holding up like the second loot box. Only 100.
Maybe let's go do the shaking first, and then we can.
Yeah. Good plan.
We will return.
Okay, I'll be here. She bids you, farewell for now. And you reach this shack at the end of the district. It's fairly well secured for a shack. The door has been reinforced numerous times, and there is a single intercom on it. No windows on it, just a single back wall, 4 walls, a door, and an intercom.
Like we can press to talk to the person inside.
Press to talk. You press it, it buzzes. Nothing, no response.
Greetings.
Just keep pressing
Please
it
allow
over
us
and over
entrance.
and over again. You eventually you keep pressing this button. To start with, nothing happens, and then eventually a really gruff, frustrated voice comes outside the intercom going, "What? What the hell are you doing? Stop this! Stop pressing the button!"
Please allow us inside to do the shaking.
To do the what now?
Mercury's just like, hi.
The shaking.
Box, please, you're embarrassing me, please.
I do not have a concept of embarrassment.
I didn't agree to any shaking.
No, we are here because excuse we're here because you won something. You congratulations. As you've been entered into Bright Corp's annual giveaway.
Roll me a charm check, DC 7. He's not bright. He got a 7 on the dice.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
You can just take half and get +3.
I could have, but I've gotten a 16.
16 plus 7 plus 9. Okay, that's a good enough. That's a great success. Oh, finally, my life is going up a bit. Yeah, let me just get the door. You hear the buzzing and the door disengaging and unlocking, allowing you to enter.
Okay. Just before entering, like, okay, do you know how to be scary? Like, scary on purpose. Like, not just your usual scary.
Their eye color changes to red.
Yeah.
Good enough. We're gonna try and spook him. We don't actually want to get into a fight. He's just a guy, and also fighting's wrong, yo. Let's go.
I forget that most of the team, there's no one of the party who's actually a combatant. So you enter and you see this sort of humanoid wolf, black wolf, sitting at the table, the opposite side. Sort of sees you enter and their face drops as they realise, okay, you're not event people. What is a robot and a slime girl doing in my house? At that point, you see they sort of go down to their hip and unclip a blaster. Haven't quite pulled it out yet.
How do you do this? All right. I hear that you owe some good friends of ours money, but we don't have to get hasty about things.
I'm not paying Senzen anything. I've already paid him 4 times.
But he said you owe him more.
Yeah, well, and you see that
So you admit you do.
They pull the blaster out and then they look at you and they can't bring themselves to try and shoot. I'm not giving him money, but at the same time, I'm not going to hurt you two. So just turn around and leave politely before I get unpolite and decide to change my mind.
Well then,
How about this? Approach.
Toolbox just keeps walking forward.
And we'll try to just grab him on both sides of his shoulders.
And start shaking.
We'll just like back and forth.
I believe it is. Give me a second. Where is it? Not playing multiple games, not heat meters, not injuries. Okay, so if you want to roll your fight dice, they're going to roll their grit dice. You've got to beat a 2 on the grit
Okay.
dice.
Okay.
He rolls
Okay.
quite poorly.
And I'm rolling fight, right?
Right, yeah.
5.
5, okay, so +3. You you start shaking this humanoid wolf. Literally shaking him down. His blaster comes out of the cap and hits the floor due to the shaking. And also his credit stick comes out of his pocket as well onto the floor, sort of there shaking over and over again. Okay, you can stop shaking me, please. Why did you shake me? You must be new working for Senzen. Like I kind of feel sorry for you. When they say shake people down, they don't mean literally shake them until the money comes out. I mean,
It works.
I admit that this might not have been the best scenario for that example because the money has actually been shook out of me.
Yes, it was very effective.
And you see, like, their foot tries to go over to the cred stick to try and, like, push it back towards them. Oh, yeah, you get it easily. That's not a problem. You sort of see them go, oh. It's fine. I don't need the money. I don't need the money anyway. I have my own. I grow my own food. It's fine. I'll just get a job somewhere else.
You could work on the farm. What is it? The apples farm. Grow food.
Wait! You farm? You do farm things?
Yes, like they pull a curtain back, and behind the curtain is a small hydroponic planter on like a windowsill. Well, would have been a window in this place, but there's obviously no windows. There's a small hydro pool growing all these exotic fruits.
Wait! $2. He might have the Kakarot, the thing.
Toolbox will tell you for free. There is no carrot in this planter box. There's a couple of exotic species of orange, but there's no actual carrots here, unfortunately.
No carrots detected. Looks like mostly fruit. Carrot is not fruit.
Oh. Okay. Well then, sorry for being really mean to you and shaking down all of your your actual money. Maybe we can do a thing. What if we don't take your money, but in exchange,
We've completed the objective.
Toolbox does not understand.
I'm trying to be cool and bargain. I mean,
We do not need to bargain. We won.
okay, fine, buddy. Do you know who sells carrots?
No, I've never heard of a carrot or seen a carrot. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You must not be very good at farming then.
I never called myself a farmer. I farm to survive. This is my survival food. As you can see, I don't exactly have a lovely abode.
If you're a better farmer.
I think it's time for you to leave.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm shooing you out with my own money, but it's better than being insulted like this. Is there anything else you want to do before you walk out?
No, I think at least Mercury, they're like, wow, we're actually the bad guys, aren't we?
As you walk out, Mercury, give me Give me a DC 9 grit check.
Ooh, grit. That's a D12 for me. Let's go.
A
got
4. As you walk away, irritated by the fact that his farming ability, there's one thing you didn't do, which is you didn't pick up the blaster from the floor. As you walk away, he picks the small laser blaster up and shoots directly at Mercury's back. On a... I mean, it was 9 versus 4, so it's -3. So it's not. You take a light wound, as you feel the light from the laser sort of singe your slimy exterior slightly and burn a small little burn mark probably on your shoulder. But it's nothing serious. It'll heal in like a couple of hours or so.
Yeah.
Jesse wanted to pick up the blaster, but Toolbox has against thievery.
Against thievery, but I picked up the credit sheet that has the money that we had to.
This isn't stealing. He owes the money.
He owes money, yeah.
So this credit sheet has 2,000 credits on it.
How much should he owe?
He owed the guy like 400. We can't like
400.
use all of that.
400 was what you were getting paid.
Oh no. We could
All right, let's go return it.
Toolbox,
Unless
no,
you
no,
want to
Toolbox,
do
no.
anything else.
just Mercury taking Toolbox back to Orion to Orkin's shop. It's like, I want all the loot boxes. It's like, you could buy the Dorado map before. No, I want the loot boxes. Yes. So the credit sheet is for 200, not 200, for 2,000 credits, of which you're being paid 400 for recovering it. And
Seems fair.
Mercury has now been injured in the field of duty.
Maybe they'll get compensation for the injury. Because we went through more trouble.
I get the feeling that whoever we're gonna give these to are like super bad guys, and them paying us only 400 for achieving this doesn't seem fair. Just saying.
Let's complete the objective.
Mercury's thought process out here is that getting more money for us is gonna make her seem really cool and special, and she's not thinking about the fact that we'll be making enemies here.
So you're gonna head back to Senzen then to plan this in, or are you going?
I was just here for
I just want you to think carefully and confirm exactly what you are going to do here.
still a lot.
I think we're gonna head back to we're gonna head back to Senzen just because first I feel like Mercury will never admit it, but she feels bad that she dragged Toolbox into all of this.
You go back to Zenzen, who's a fellow Herberson, like Ossic, but is more of a tulip style male. I take it you have my credits. By the fact,
if we give you the credits, you're gonna leave that guy alone, right? Like he's paid you already, right?
He needs space to become a better farmer.
a better what?
He has a
He'll-
farming passion.
He'll finish paying me back when he's finished paying me back. How much is on that credit chip?
A lot.
A lot.
How much does he owe you?
He owes me an extra 1,000 credits.
Yeah, there's 1,000 credits on this chip. It's real cool.
How do the credit sticks work?
So credit sticks are a kind of like cards almost. If they are swiped past a terminal, you can exchange credits. Most people carry pocket terminals around with them, aka mobile phones. So it is plausible. You'd have to do it in front of him or do it discreetly, but you could swipe, especially because you've got the credit chip for the ship. It is plausible that you could swipe the chip and cause some tomfoolery.
I'm trying to think we could do that, or we could just swap them. That's worse, though.
That's. We should just. We could swipe like 1,010 credits to make it seem believable that it's like slightly over, and like no, we're not stealing the extra remaining 200 or 150, I guess, or whatever.
So like 900 and something to us. So it's just like slightly over 1,000 for him. But if we could do it discreetly.
If we can do it discreetly.
Give me Toolbox, give me a DC 6 flight check.
Okay. Oh, what was it?
DC 6.
I got a 4, but I could use tokens.
I can also add a token to distract him just talking about. I don't know.
We want to each throw in a token. I can get up to the 6.
Yeah.
So if you throw both of yours in and Mercury throws in 1, that takes you to +1. Which would take you over from being just succeeding to minor succeeding.
Perfect.
If you're willing to burn both of your tokens.
Wait, so I rolled a 4.
Yep.
If we get it up to a 6, is that a success?
Yes. So 6 is, if you get 0, it's just by the skin of your teeth. Whereas if you get anything higher, there's different increments of success with different benefits.
I've only got 2 tokens, so I want to save one of mine.
Okay, so 1 in 1 6, yeah. You just about scan it in your palm discreetly enough. The Senzen doesn't notice. You pull 900 credits off this chip, so you now have 1,000 credits in the ship bank account. As the chip you're now going to give to him has 1,100 on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like after you swipe it, Shenze gets impatient and just grabs the chip and pulls it off you. Gets the scanner out, scans it, looks at it. Okay, so he has got the 1,000 on there. Perfect. Like presses a few buttons, does a transfer, and hands you the stick back. Your money's on there, and a little bonus as well for doing it so discreetly and not causing a ruckus. You're good at this. You should consider doing this maybe full time. Do you have parents? I could look after you.
That's a bit personal.
The stick that Shenzen's handed back has the 400 you were promised plus the bonus 100 that was carried over. So you now have 1,500 credits in your little pocket so to speak. I think at that point, that's the point where Swift kind of catches up in a dash coming from the south.
I think they catch up to me,
You,
honestly.
either way, you three have regrouped outside the exit to the elevators back to the docks. Is there anything anyone wants to do?
Slow. You guys are really slow. I already got the chip.
You had your own money.
No, I found work and I got the chip.
Toolbox is just staring.
Has Toolbox turned off their red eyes, or are they still on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I'll turn on before we went on to Denver.
I was going to say, to stand there with red eyes going, did you do that? Did you really? So...
I did...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I was gonna say, if we're still in the area, I did want to go back to the map person, but I was gonna use an adversity token to use my shape shifting to see if I can get that first time free box deal again.
Nice.
Change my appearance. Because the shapeshifter, I can spend one adversity token to change to a similar sized creature. They would have to roll brains against my charm. They have a reason to think I might not be who I say I am, but they need a reason.
You shapeshift. What form do you take?
What have I seen today? Probably do it. What are the plant people called? I'll probably do another. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They have gathered a lot of information.
Yeah, you've seen two of them today. Okay. So what is it for shape-shifting?
Let's see. Well, I'm trying to read. I spend a thing to change. Let me open up the big one. I can spend the token to change into the creature. If it's a planned action.
So when I to change a similar sized creature or object, characters meeting you must roll their brains against your charm. Planned action. If they have reason to think you want to be who you are, they may take a planned action. Otherwise, their check is a snap decision. Okay.
So my charm would be a planned action, but their brains would be a snap decision, unless they have a reason to think I'm.
Okay, well, fine. Her brain is a D8, and she rolled a 4. Your charm is a D4. However, because you're a Hungarian android, you take a -3 charm penalty.
Well, let's see.
Or are you going to try and argue that because you're shapeshifting into a herbison, you don't have to take the charm penalty?
Yeah, because the charm penalty is for people who distrust specifically the robot. And so since I don't look like the robot.
Okay. You've got to get a 4 on this.
I have to roll a 4.
You've got to get a 4 on this. That's just to get past it.
No, I got a 2.
Got 2.
Try my best.
Yeah, trying to disguise yourself as a herbison to another herbison is not the smartest. Ossic kind of notices you. It's like, oh, hun, why are you doing this? Like, the free box was for the slime girl. Like, if you want a free box, you just have to ask.
Oh.
Free box of what? What are we getting boxes of?
Oh, you want a friend?
Yeah, down here.
They can have a box too then, I guess.
Okay.
A box of what?
Maps. We want to go to the fictional place of El Dorado to prove that it's not real.
Swift, give me a DC 10.
You're cooler than I thought.
Give me a DC 10 praise check.
7.
It could be real. Okay. Both roll me D20s.
D20 each.
Mhm.
Was that
Yep.
10?
I got a 3.
Okay, so Swift gets the exact same maps that Mercury got on their box. As we both roll 10.
Oh, look, Atlantis.
on a 3, 3 is not as bad as you think it is. You get 2 incomplete sector maps. To Sector XA and Sector XC, which are the uncharted lands. So this data was actually worth a fair bit of money in and of itself. It's not El Dorado, but it's still useful.
You said XA and XC?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Sector XA and Sector XC. With XC only coming online 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Different parts of the old ancient network slowly coming back online. Well, I'm guessing you wanted the Eldorado map, right? I'm only guessing because your slime friend here starts to physically vibrate at the mention of Eldorado. Well, I can give you. I did say that your second boxes are 100 each, or you can just buy the map, all 4 pieces for 400.
All 4 for 400. We could just. Oh yeah, Swift, we got like a ton of money.
You guys got 400 credits?
No, we got 1,400 credits.
What?
We have 1,500 total now.
just whispering. In Mercury's ear. What did you do?
Don't worry about it. The details don't matter. We might have bankrupted someone, but it's a long story. We should really give that guy at least some of his cash back, but anyway.
Anyway, Matt, anyone?
Maps.
It's up to you. You
just
can.
buy the 4 pieces.
You want to buy the 4 pieces outright?
Is that what we're doing? I'm asking you guys' decision.
That is what we're doing, even if it's less exciting than a loot box. But it's fine. It's fine. Not mad or anything.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll throw in. If you buy all 4 pieces, I'll throw in a free box. Why not?
Yes.
Because it's clear that. It's clear that your slime friend has addictive tendencies. And this isn't totally exploitable.
Toolbox who didn't pick up on that will like log that for later.
Go ahead. Add to one of your inventories a completed map to Eldorado, and Mercury, roll with the D20 as they hand you the box.
All right.
I hope it's not another 10.
15.
15, okay, that's not too bad. You pick up 2 more maps. You pick up a map to Sector 0 and a map to Sector Stratus. At this rate, you'll have maps of the entire galaxy. But hey, I'll always be here, and I do have an online extranet store. I do virtual loot boxes too, if you get your fix away from here.
I'm
And
gonna
you
follow
see,
you immediately.
you see that she gives you a Galnet address to a website on Galnet where you can purchase these boxes remotely and have the maps transferred to your ship digitally.
That's fun.
Just wonder what all the credits have gone in one episode. You've just got Mercury there hitting the buy button over and over and over again. It's like, but we've already got the Dorado map. I need all the maps. Okay, well, you've got your Dorado map.
Thank you.
I assume the next time I see you, you'll be wearing gold and everything else.
How many other people have this map too?
Oh, there's always some sucker that wants to buy them. I mean, there's always some brave adventurer that wants to buy them. I've only sold about 4.
Okay, we can get there first.
That's what's like, you know what? Forget summer. We're going to go back to the ship and take off. Go to El Dorado. Well, best of luck. You know my Galnet address if you need me. They kind of wink a bit at Mercury.
Bye. I'll be sure to follow you and get back if I find anything cool and interesting on my adventures.
As you're heading back, so to recap, we have one unhinged emotional cortex.
Oh yeah, did you like the
Labeled as the babysitter cortex.
Labeled the babysitter cortex, which means the actual babysitter cortex is now valued at 100
Yeah.
label?
credits. How much information does Swift relay about what they've got?
It's babysitter.
It's a babysitter one. Got it.
Got the right-
So, what do you want to do? You can go back to the ship now and install the Cortex and then make your way to Apple's Hydra Farming. Or you could, because you've got to go back to the docks anyway to then go back towards Apple's Hydra Farming.
Swift wouldn't think of this, but out of character, did we want to change the name of the ship as well?
But yeah, we do have enough money to do that now. Maybe we'll wait till we have all of us next session.
And maybe you might do it legally. Like, no, we like the Titanic. It's a good name. Nothing bad can come from calling your ship. No, there's no problem with calling your ship the Titanic. Okay. So you all get back in the elevator, back up to the dock floor. Are we popping in to drop this Cortex in before we move on to find Summer? Or are we going to wait?
Quick, so we can download while we're going to download.
Yeah,
Okay.
we like show up, just like install it and be like, okay, take care, bye, and immediately
Run off.
Work out his new personality and emotions on his own, and then we'll go back.
So personality cores take effect like pretty much immediately. So you plug this core in, and Guy resets for a second, comes back online, and it's just like, what the fuck did you do to me? What have you plugged in?
the babysitter cord?
Oh,
Isn't that what you wanted?
I'll show you babysitting. And you see the robot arm comes from the ceiling and just like grabs Mercury by the shoulder and lifts her up and starts swinging her left and right. Before then dropping her down back on the floor.
Take it out, take it out, take it out, take it out! I didn't steal it!
Like, what is this? Father! Just like confused. Like, Guy doesn't know what's going on here.
Oh no.
Is Toolbox able to look closer, like at the chip? Just like uncover the label.
Give me a DC6 brains check.
That rolled a lot to get me a 2.
Oh no.
It's a babysitting chip. It must just be maybe a faulty one.
Maybe these are new babysitting strategies that I'm not familiar with.
You see that I'm gonna roll hysteria, and we'll see how crazy Guy goes. Oh,
Doesn't sound good.
I never roll good, and I just roll very, very, very good. I roll very high. In fact, that technically should explode, so I'll explode it.
Oh no.
I don't know if this is good or bad. The higher you roll, the less.
I mean, put it this way. The only thing you remember is that Guy interfaces with the main station computer, which is called Ares. It's this lovely kind of like mermaid holographic interface for the station's computer. And Guy kind of sees it and is like, well, hello there, and uploads themselves into the station's computer banks. You just see like transferring as Guy has now entered the station's network and is now slowly taking over different parts of the station. Like all the terminals outside that would have this picture of this lovely mermaid, holographic mermaid, will suddenly switch this stuffy human man with like white coat and tails. As you can see technicians running around the station, panicking as this suddenly unknown AI is just like sentient AI as well. Let's be clear here. Guy is sentient. Unlike most artificial intelligences, Guy is sentient. He has his own thoughts and emotions. And he's now unhinged with those emotions. And you can just hear like really bad chat-up lines coming from Guy on the platform as he is trying to flirt with this mermaid who doesn't understand anything about what's going on. What I will tell you for free is each of those personality cores, we spoke out of character before about the type of the AI, and I decided to take all the characters we mentioned and turn them into different cores. The unhinged core was the Matt Berry core. So you've essentially installed Matt Berry onto the ship.
Oh boy.
No, it could have been so much better. But nope, we decided that we were going to load. So yeah, you can say really bad chat-up lines and lots of profanity coming from these holograms as people don't interface with and ask information. Just like someone's there pressing a button to like request information, just turns on and goes, fuck off, and just turns itself off. Like these kind of like almost chinchilla like humanoids look offended as they get told to fuck off in, but not only their language, but also every other language in the galaxy.
Amazing.
And Guy is spreading through the network as well. Like more and more terminals are turning off. It's like Guy takes them over. You can see like the security teams are starting to panic. They're trying to raise the alarm and try to tell people not to panic, although they're panicking. And you're just standing here in the cockpit, looking out from the windows at this unfolding chaos that is now spreading around the station. You could have had
So
I'm sure that's fine.
we
Totally normal.
we should find Summer.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
leave immediately afterwards.
Well, like, is Guy no longer like on our ship?
Guy's
Like, if
on
we
the
left
ship. Guy's
He's
still.
also-
Yeah, he's not interfacing. It's not gonna be long before station cybersecurity begins to backtrace Guy's connection. And figure out where it's coming from.
So
We now
find
have
Summer
time.
fast and then leave.
Yeah. Let's let Guy work out whatever his issues are here, and
I
move
don't think we should
very
let him wait
fast.
till for very long.
As you run out back onto the dock, it is by the time you guys get out, it is just chaos. There is just a lot of profanity coming from terminals. Like there's loads of adverts for like loads of different items, but rather than like changing them fully, Guy's replaced the people in the advert with himself, and it's just doing much different ad leaves for them. There's millions of different variations of himself. Like there's one.
Little costumes.
Yeah, like there's one for like potassium water. And he just drinks it and goes, this is good shit. You should buy it. And you know. There's one for medical insurance or just general insurance. It's just like you never know when someone's going to shoot you in the knee. Shoot someone in the knee. It's like that's why you need diamond insurance.
effective.
Yeah, very effective marketing. You can hear on the tannoy that I'll say this is the final thing you hear for tonight. You hear a panicked voice over the station intercom, as it warns that the neural network invasion has now uploaded itself onto Station Gamma. Meaning that in the space of only, 4.5, 5 minutes, Guy has already not only uploaded himself to this station, has now uploaded himself to the other station. And it's starting to spread there. On the plus side, more adverts. The last thing I'll say is, even like the TV shows have changed. Like all the people, like there's like so one of like the not in Nick's sector, but there's a TV show called Good Morning Zagreus over in the Zagreus sector, and it's just a Saturday morning TV show with just all the presenters and now all Guy. And you know, like, there's one with Guy in a dress, there's one with Guy in a shirt and tie, and it's just kind of like they're sitting around like in this morning style sofa, just talking about best ways to de-light your bed and stuff like that, and then the person they bring on is just another version of Guy being like, oh yeah, well I use this and this does really good job, and like there's an exercise video of just the different versions of Guy doing yoga to like 80s pop, with sweatbands and shorts are way too tight, way too tight. You could have had the Pedro Pascal card. You just had to buy the motherly one. That's all you had to do was buy the motherly one. It's like, let's try them subversion. You did this totally to yourselves. I knew, I knew having one really cheap, someone would go, I'm not paying that much for this. I'll just take the cheapest one I can get. Not only am I going to get the cheapest one I can get, I'm going to take a 5% discount for it.
It's the most expensive one.
Yeah, I'm going to steal the cheapest one. And that is where we're going to leave everything. Oh, I feel so sorry for Summer.
We'll find your first thing next time and be like, well,
start the first session. It's like, so you were happy trying to find a carrot, and all of a sudden all the machines started all started changing. I had so much fun.
that was great.
This is Chaos 2.0. I'm all for it. Yes, I did roll a natural 20, which then exploded to 33.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
I thought, screw it, why can't I explode dice? I should be able to explode them. But no, it was an awful lot of fun. I'm going to let everyone wrap up, say who they've been, where we can find you, if you've got anything interesting that you may want to plug in the sphere. And I'll go in reverse order, so we'll start with Jessie this time.
Hello, I've been Jessie, they, them. I was playing the lovely Toolbox. Hope you enjoy. You can find me as a malfunctioning adult most places, except for Twitter and Blue Sky, where I'm malfunky adulty. This has been so much fun. I'm excited for next week.
Toolbox started so well. It's like, I'm going to be the party of logic and reason, and very quickly it went the other way. Dee Dee.
Yeah, I am and have been Didi, they, them. You can find me in most places as Alphabet Sauce, except for on YouTube, where I plan to stand. Generally, I do music, so if you like sci-fi stuff, I have a bunch of video series talking about mecha and mecha TTRPGs, if that is your thing. And I've been playing Mercury, who has become just a troublemaker. She was always going to be a troublemaker. She's just even more one than I originally thought, which is fantastic.
I think most people in this party have been troublemakers. Summer is going to come back and be like, "What have you really? This is the moral compass when I'm not around." I think we're just going to need Toolbox and Summer just like counterbalance the chaos of Swift and Mercury. Speaking of Swift, Ada Mori.
Hi, I'm Ada Mori, he, him. I've been playing Swift, also he, him. The counterpart to the Mercury's Chaos, who doesn't get away with it, playing the Chaos, who seemingly got away with basically all of the chaos he caused this session. Yeah, I'm Ada Mori or Ada Mori RPG on both places on the internet. I make dice and do other TTRPG adjacent things. If you like that kind of thing, go follow me.
Awesome. I guess it'll seem just me then, doesn't it?
Laughing.
It's fine. I signed up for this. I agreed to do this. I signed up for this. So it's my fault, really. I have been Hedgehog UK in most places, usually active on either Blue Sky or Twitter. We do have a Misadventures League TikTok, and we do have a Misadventures League Instagram. I'll be perfectly honest, I don't run them. I let Anna run them because they are far better at marketing and images and videos than I am. I'm sure that they've got triggered by the fact that the episode promo text is not centered to the middle, it's centered to the top. I'm pretty sure the only reason I've not had a message saying it's not lined up properly is because they're in New York right now. Hi, Anna. I really appreciate you. I'm doing my best without you. I didn't blow the stream up. So So this week, or next week even actually, because it's not this week, it's next week. On Wednesday, we have the third episode of Hallows Vale, our Kids on Bikes horror campaign, GM'd by the wonderful Callum, which is proper horror. I don't do proper horror. That's why I did the teens one. Also, I am going to say that a casting call is going to go out in the next 2 to 3 weeks for the next Saturday game after this, because we have Christmas in the middle, and Christmas means organising things is difficult, so I'm giving myself plenty of time to organise. It is going to be, because we've done Kids on Bikes, we've done Teens in Space, I might as well complete the trilogy, and we're going to do Kids on Brooms. I have decided against my better judgment, but it's going to be fun anyway. We are taking I have a forum-based role-playing called Tanner, and it's had like 8 years of lore. And we've decided to take the entire universe and just transport it into Kids on Brooms. So we've got witches, warlocks, and magi, all doing various bits and bobs. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be the only universe I have more lore for than my old flagship D&D campaign. It also means that my best friends have also played characters in it, which means I get to butcher their characters in real life while they're watching, and there is nothing they can do to stop me from doing it, except make death threats to me while I'm doing it live. I love you guys. Please don't send me death threats. But yes, that'll be going out next 2 to 3 weeks-ish. And there will be something about a new game at some point, possibly for a Thursday game. I'm not quite sure what it's going to look like yet. We are looking for a new flagship campaign after Tales of the Third Spire. Unfortunately, scheduling defeated us. I'm debating either having a longer run vampire game after everyone seemed to enjoy Vampire the Masquerade, going for a 40-session campaign rather than a 10-session, or possibly pulling out my old, for the one person who might watch this who remembers the very, 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 very early precursor podcast to all of this Travelers of the Multiverse. I have been debating getting my old notes out and rerunning that D&D game past episode 8, and just having some chaos with multiversal theory and invading other people's streams, because technically that means that everyone else's games do technically exist in my universe. It makes guest appearances so easy. Just bring your characters from your normal games across. Technically they exist in this universe. I totally did look at Marvel and go, well, I can do that with TTRPG, it's fine.
No one can stop you.
Exactly, no one can stop me. But no, enjoy yourselves, stay safe. We will be back next Saturday with some shenanigans. And that's it for now. Bye-zy-bye.